I got to tell you something, Ty.
Tell me, Sean.
I was driving down, like, on my way to home. On my way to home. I have two things to tell you, Ty.
Okay.
I'll start with the important thing.
Tell me the important thing.
This, you might not like this being admitted on the podcast, but I want to tell everyone candidly that I did take a couple episodes off from enjoying the whiskeys. But not today.
Not today.
Yes, but not today. And that's why I feel like today's going to be a really fucking wild ride. Much like the second thing I want to tell you. Dude, I legit saw someone driving down the street in a Mario Kart.
Wait, what?
Basically.
No, don't basically me. Tell me.
The wheels were 5 gallon bucket paint buckets, which goes back to the first thing I said. I've taken off roughly 18 days of drinking, and I'm feeling the words coming out of my mouth like sludge coming out of
So what made it
something.
seem like a Mario Kart? Is it just someone was driving a car?
Because he was drifting. No, dude, this dude was fucking drifting. So it was kind of a straight road, and then we got to the curve, and I watched the motherfucker. He might as well be wearing a fucking Waluigi hat. Just drift, like his little paint bucket cans just went whoop, and like you can't see what I'm doing because you're listening to a podcast.
John is twisting his arms,
twisting
like he's
my
holding
arms,
the tire,
and he's perfectly drifting, like everything I've been trying to accomplish since I was a child. He did that on a motherfucking road.
in a bucket cart
In a bucket cart.
with a turtle shell.
Yeah, this was minutes before you guys got here.
Oh, man.
So I was pretty excited about that.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Yes, he threw a banana at my car, and I spun out, and I fell off the track, and then I woke up, and I was at Rainbow Road. It was a whole thing. Could be the alcohol. I don't know. But how's your week going?
It is going so good, Sean.
Yeah, why? Tell me the reasons.
I've been watching some stuff that's been just filling my heart with life, and I'm actually really curious and interested because, like, here you are making a Mario Kart reference, and there's actually a video out there that's taking clips of Breaking Bad of a car chase scene, in which case they're doing the car chase scene on Rainbow Road, and it is glorious, and it works so damn well. And Jesse ends up throwing a banana shell and spinning out Walter White.
Wait, a banana shell?
Banana peel.
They need to make a banana shell now.
They do need to make a banana shell.
What would that even do to your car?
It would make you spin out. So not just hit and you're like, ow! It would just be like it hits you and they're like, oh no.
But a banana already does that though. So a banana shell has to be like
a banana shell is what you can
medium.
launch at. Yeah.
Okay, so you could theoretically, instead of dropping a banana behind you or launching one like...
You could divert. You could swerve.
Okay.
But if someone launches it at you, you can't really escape that unless...
So it's, the effect is a shell, but if it misses someone, it sticks in the road.
Yes.
My kitty's now fast asleep, I can pour myself a glass. But too many shows on Netflix are trash, it makes me wanna pass. I can't figure out what to watch, what am I supposed to do? Let's get drunk and rewatch cartoons when we were little dudes. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do, Whiskeylodeon.
John.
Ty.
I'm so excited to be here. So, one, yes, Sean wanted to admit that he lied to you. I kept drinking because I do it for you. But
He does.
But we're super excited because we have a very special guest who is supposed to be with us the previous week for her birthday, but had to pass on that because they'd rather go to the beach, and that's totally fair.
The beach is better than recording a podcast.
Yes,
Objectively.
and now you get to drink with them to celebrate the birthday of our dear friend, Baily Jones. Baily, how are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Oh, we're so good.
Thank you for having me.
It's
Happy
lovely
birthday,
having
by
you.
the way.
Thank you. The big 3-5.
The big 3-5.
Yes.
My goodness.
I'm middle-aged.
Does that
Is
count?
that what that means?
I don't know, but your friend told me I was aging well, so.
You did say that, yeah.
I'm happy about that.
I feel like
he tagged me at 27. I'll take it.
Yes. I gotta say, I feel like we as just friends are super youthful looking.
Right.
Like Sean and I, we have to grow these beards so people can like be like, oh, they're an adult. Like I went to my old high school clean shaven and they tried to send me to class. Yeah.
But for the legitimacy of the Nickelodeon conversation. We are definitely in our 30s, and we watched it in the 90s.
It's
right?
important.
Yeah.
Is that yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an OG. I'm an OG Nickelodeon
we're
kid.
all
All right.
an OG.
OGs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Do y'all still get ID'd?
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
But we're at the age where it feels nice when someone's like, hey,
It does
can I
feel
see your ID?
nice.
Absolutely.
I just say thank you. I hand them the
I do
ID.
too.
I slip a 5 next to it. Just kidding. It's a $1 bill, but
Still, you
Still.
try.
yeah, I'm like, hey, I
feel
appreciate
like
that.
I feel like if I have Teddy with me, I don't get carded. I'm like, bitch, I could be young.
right. Yeah.
I could have been wild and crazy in high school.
How do you know I'm not a 14-year-old and had this 7-year-old?
Right. That's mine. That's how.
Which would make me 22.
Yes.
21. Right?
We don't. But
I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't do the math.
you
What
just
just
don't
happened?
judge me. You know. Now, Bailey, the three of us have worked together on some really cool projects in the film industry.
Yes.
Yes. Making movies.
Making movies, making commercials. What was the commercial we worked on, Ty?
Well,
I
we
can
worked-
still smell the Ackridge sausage.
Ackridge,
The Ackridge
yes.
sausage, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
fun. So they basically were doing several commercials all at once just so they could splice things together. And Bailey's first job was making sure that the Panthers practice stadium did not deflate.
So day one.
Because it's a bubble. It's,
a bubble.
not actually a stadium.
It's a big dome.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a big fucking dome with air and plastic. Is that the fucking
and
I don't know.
airtight doors.
Airtight doors?
And I was
they
in
were
charge
adamant.
of, yeah.
Yeah, they were like, hey.
I
if
did it
you-
well, though, guys. It didn't go
crushed
down.
it.
You did great.
It did not go
You
down.
Crushed it.
Yeah, it didn't.
Absolutely.
It didn't deflate.
I did ask Kirk Herbstreit if he was on the crew or the cast, and then I saw who he was and realized my Alabama education did not do me well on that one. I should have known who Kirk Herbstreit was that day, but it's fine.
Well, to be fair, I still don't know who that is.
Well, he's the ESPN. He's College Game Day Hunkadoodle.
Oh, the Hunkadoodle.
Dandy.
Oh,
Well, there was two
you should have started with
Hunkadoodles.
Hunkadoodle.
Was it the smaller Hunkadoodle or the larger Hunkadoodle?
Marty Smith was the smaller one.
Okay.
He's the older one. Yeah.
Hunkadoodle and Hunkadoodle Lee?
Uncle.
What's the smaller
don't
version of a
know.
Hunkadoodle? This is the first time I'm saying these words. I like them though. They
It
feel
just kind of blurbed out.
Hunkle diddle dee.
I'm a
hunkle
Hunkadoodle dandy. It feels right.
It does feel right.
Does it not feel right?
Hunkle diddle.
I mean, it's just what I came up with. So
Yeah,
it
a
obviously felt
Hunkadoodle.
right.
Yeah, that's probably going to be our ad break. We don't know.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Well, Bailey, we are so joyed to have you here today.
I'm overly joyed.
Yeah. I know Ty has been very excited,
Oh yeah,
especially about these episodes.
Yes, not even the episodes, but this cocktail. We got to talk about this because I am loving it.
It's very good. I wasn't ready for this little combination you had going on, and it has shocked my senses into jumping jacks on a fucking somersault of a moon bounce.
Is that what you think about when you're happy?
How did you know?
I'm just assuming because this drink makes me happy.
Yes, it makes me happy.
Aww.
It makes me happy. I actually need a refill very very soon.
I know it's no longer fresh on my lips.
Yeah, it's no. Yes. The lips tell a tale.
The lips.
I was
tell
gonna
a
try to
tale.
hold out, but it's very, very good.
It's very
You
good.
did
Yeah.
well.
So
I love blueberry anything.
Ty is always the one who has to play catch up. But to be fair, he is the one who does the bulk of the work, which I haven't said this in a long time. I appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate
This
you.
podcast wouldn't be anything without you. So thank you for doing. Oh, as he's drinking.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and keep up.
I'm going to try to keep up. This is going to be something.
So this is a blueberry and basil whiskey smash. So not only, of course, blueberries and basil, we have some lemon juice. We have some maple syrup as our sweetener. We, of course, are going with our guys at Henry McKenna. And I think that's it. It's really kind of a simple list.
Yeah. And the basil's from the garden.
Yes,
Oh,
Sean
good old fresh-
grew this basil.
Sort of. I mean, like it was a little baby basil. A babesel. It was a
Basil.
babesel in distress.
Your plant game is strong.
Until, well, I show you the alive ones.
Well, same.
Yeah. You don't,
That's why you only see Teddy. I only show you the alive ones.
oh God.
Plant parents don't talk about statistics.
No, we shouldn't.
There's definitely some in the garbage. We've thrown some babies away.
I killed a snake plant recently.
Oh,
I know. That look
hard
right
to
there,
do.
Baily.
That's hard.
Baily just gave a look.
But
like,
as we speak, I have a ZZ plant dying, which is very, very hard to do. So
it sucks, like, because you really can't kill a snake plant, but you can. And it happened, and it was a weird day. I was like, oh, does the plant not like me?
It didn't like the non-whiskey drinking you.
Oh.
Was it in the past 18 days?
It could have been.
That's a snake plant.
He's looking up. Are you
I
looking
was
up the
like,
snake
what
plant?
is a snake plant? See, I always known it as the Zircania trifascita, which is
Yeah, of course.
Of course, Tyler.
Of course I
scientific
did.
name that I kind of made up because I butchered it. But still, I've seen this plant before. I didn't know it was called a snake plant.
Snake plant, yeah. Or mother-in-law's tongue.
Sansevieria.
Yeah. Those are whatever you said is so very wrong.
Well, it's telling me that's the scientific name for this plant.
Says the guy who says flam blah
Lamblade.
or jeet.
Yeah.
we don't allow
I think it's
Ty
like
to.
Orge or something like that. Oh my goodness.
We'll never know.
Like I
Unless
was
we
trying to
listen
say Vietnamese, but I kept saying Viet monies. Like my knees are hurting, and my wife just called me out, wish on, and it was glorious.
Well, I looked over at Jenny at that one moment, and I was just like gave that knowing look of like, this isn't. Does he know? Does he know? And you just kept going, and then we're like, we'll get him on the next one, and there's always a next one.
There's always a next one.
Yeah. So, well, guys, I'm excited.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks
this
for
drink
having
is
me.
wonderful. You brought up Teddy
I
for
did.
a brief moment. Do you have you got a little story to tell us this week? The Teddy Report for babies.
All right, so before I got here, I was actually at a friend's foster party. So they just are becoming foster parents, and so they wanted to celebrate. And Teddy came with us. He wanted to be there. He was excited, but then we get there, and he doesn't want to talk to anyone. Like, everyone's like, oh, hi, Teddy, you're so cute. And he just was like, don't talk to me. And then they're like, okay, actually, we know what you came for. We brought candy corn. And my kid just immediately was like, ooh.
Go on.
Your tribute has been accepted. But he didn't want sticky hands. So he was like, hey, Daddy, I need this in a cup. So I basically poured candy corn on the rocks for this little
Oh,
kid.
cuppy corn.
Cuppy corn.
You've
Yeah.
never had cuppy corn?
No, is this like bocce ball?
It is Canadian. We have cuppy corn and apparently bocce ball.
Okay, tell me. Okay, first off, do you know about bocce ball?
Yeah.
Okay.
I loved that. It was like
It's
I'm
like
not sure, and then
for me,
yeah,
it's like
asshole.
at resorts
this is.
that people play, and I am not one of them. I will be the redneck at the cornhole thing.
Do you know what can jam is?
But the fancy people are playing bocce ball for sure.
Okay, so then do you know Can Jam?
No.
Okay, so you got one validation.
I feel like when I said redneck, Can Jam came in. Is that
No,
Is that a redneck
there were
yard
two
game?
games
Yeah,
that I mentioned to him that he just.
Well, it's like, is that a
he's-
Canada
he's-
thing?
I'm like, I think
Are you
it's
Canadian?
yeah. Oh. Well,
His
sort of.
family's from Canada.
Okay, I don't know if I knew that.
I'm like half-seat, right? I'm like my mom's
yeah.
from Canada, so I'm like birthright citizenship.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, you're
it's
half
cool.
Canadian, I
Yeah. So when I'm feeling like America is pulling some bullshit, often, I'm like, you know what? I'm Canadian.
Well, America's pulling some bullshit.
America's pulling some bullshit. I'll identify with y'all motherfuckers down here.
Cheers.
I just live here. So speaking of America, so you got candy corn.
Yes.
Yes, it's here. We're in candy corn season, guys.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we are
at
getting there.
At the time,
Are we
we're in the fall of
fans of candy corn?
I can leave it. Like, I'm not like,
I
"Ew,
can
it's
take
so
it or
gross."
leave it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like,
If it's fresh out of the bag,
That's interesting. I feel like we're a room full of like take it or leave it's, which I don't think there's a middle ground of candy corn that exists.
No.
There's usually a love it or hate it.
It's like Peeps. It's a love it or hate it.
Oh, fuck peeps.
And
See?
I'm very much
Hate 'em.
fuck Peeps.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You like Peeps?
The verb or the
I
adjective?
don't like peeps. I like a peep. I like one, and then I've got my fix for the year, and I'm good.
One
Okay.
peep.
But I
Okay.
like the one a lot.
Singular peep.
I might go two, but one.
Okay.
Well, fair
Wow.
enough. Teddy likes his Peeps, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I have failed as a parent.
It's like Swedish fish.
Peeps have gotten out of hand. They've got giant peeps.
I
They've got
like
mini
I'm
peeps.
sorry, hold on. Swedish fish Oreos.
Okay, that's too
No,
far.
that's
it's-
too many things.
It poisoned my body. Don't do it. I had
Oreos
one
should
bite.
be regular or double stuffed, and that should be as far as we
Okay.
go.
Or peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
The mint ones aren't bad.
It's
We started out as best friends here.
we started with candy corn, and now we're gonna get to creme de menthe
Yeah.
mouthwash with more alcohol.
Yeah.
So anyway, so
So,
Teddy's
cup
got
of corn.
this cuppy corn.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell me about cup of corn.
Did it satisfy him? Did he socialize after the cup of corn?
He was very much
Well, he got it neat.
He got it.
I mean,
Yeah, he got it in
poured
a
by
rock.
the
It was in a
bartender.
rock
It wasn't
glass.
diluted, so
It was not diluted.
He
It
was
was
in there.
neat. But he likes to try and like punk me in front of people. And so like every time like I'm with someone and they're like they wanted to swear because they're just talking to me, and people usually swear around me.
What words do they like to say?
Fuck,
And
Ass.
shit,
and
bitch.
Hell.
and
Damn.
and continue with the story.
I just started shaking my head. Nope, can't do it. That's on y'all.
So I love when these friends of mine are like, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't swear in front of your kid. I'm like, fuck his feelings. You can swear in front of him.
Yeah. Well,
That's something I shared.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, he can't say what the fuck.
I was
but
in a
you
bar the
can.
other day, and this guy had like a 1-year-old, and somebody was cussing. They're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And the guy, he was like wearing him, and he like pointed to him. And he goes, "He's a fucking dumbass." This kid's a fucking dumbass.
my child.
It was
is
the most crude, but like blatantly true
yeah.
statement ever.
This bitch don't
He
care.
didn't know that we were cussing.
Yeah.
He's one.
He's a stupid
He's
1-year-old.
like this kid. He's a fucking dumbass.
Idiot infant.
I was like,
Doesn't know what the
well,
fuck
that's a
we're
hot
talking-
take. Yeah.
Hot takes are true takes sometimes.
Yes.
So what's the moral of that story?
Fuck his feelings.
Fuck his feelings. Eat your goddamn candy corn. And
Teddy has standards.
Teddy has standards,
Eddie has standards.
and that's good.
His standards are Peeps and candy corn.
So he does like Peeps.
Yes.
Okay.
I mentioned that. I said I felt like I failed as a parent. Now,
Okay,
you were
right.
trying to tell us
Right,
about
right.
cuppy corn, and I'm not going to let that go. What is cuppy corn?
So cuppy corn is a. I feel so stupid saying this. It's a Canadian tradition.
Okay.
So you fill up you get. It doesn't matter. Like a solo cup. We'll call it a solo cup.
Okay.
You fill up part of it with maple syrup, and then you just top it with candy corn,
Does it just stick to the bottom?
and then you freeze it.
Oh.
And the effect is like, you ever freeze like a Snickers,
Yeah.
and you never frozen Baily
Yeah,
saying
yes,
that?
but I'm not
Yeah.
getting where that's going to be the same effect.
And then but oh yeah, you have a little stick in there. Mm-hmm. So then you take the stick out, and you have a maple syrup cuppy corn. So it's shaped in a cup. When you take it out, it's like the mold of a cup. And then that's when on the podcast you tell your friends you're totally just fucking with them. This is not a real thing.
Oh, my goodness.
I said, yeah, I'm going to stick with
Well,
my
he
fresh out
kept
of
he
the
kept
bag.
coming back to cuppy corn, and I'm like, well, now I got to come up with
You're
something.
like, I said that because it was a cup of corn.
It was a cup of corn,
Okay.
but
Well, you're like, it's a Canadian thing. I was like, okay, now I have a legitimate Canadian thing we can talk about.
Well, Canadians are weird, so
Well.
when they say weird things, we just believe them.
Yeah.
that's fair. We're politely weird. Sorry about
Politely
that.
weird.
Well, hey, if you're out there, show us your frozen mold of your cuppy corn this fall season, and tag us. Hashtag cuppy corn is God. I don't know. Fuck
Don't
it.
forget the maple leaf beside.
Don't forget. Yeah, you got to stick a leaf in. The leaf should be frozen.
It's not
in there.
Canadian without the maple leaf.
We'll probably do some tutorials probably on how to do cuppy corn. It's just really mapley and cuppy corny. It's delightful. Ty, I think you're ready to try one.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
So, speaking of trying, Bailey, you were so kind, and you brought us something to pair with this cocktail.
The kindest asshole that ever graced you guys' presence, because I brought Brie to a vegan's house.
Well,
And there we are. We have crackers and Brie with peach chutney.
this
For
is
me and Ty to
totally fine.
enjoy,
This is
because
totally fine.
Sean, the guy who hasn't drank in 18 days and probably needs the crackers more than we do, will not be partaking because I'm an asshole and brought cheese.
You're not an asshole.
No, not at all.
You can bring whatever you want to this house.
Okay.
And there's like popcorn downstairs. I might eat some popcorn later.
Yeah.
Who's to say?
Now, I am curious because peach and blueberries actually surprisingly go well together, so I want to try these together.
And Ty loves peaches.
Yes.
I love peaches
Like
too.
if you've listened to this podcast, it'll be like Ty's like, all right, we got this lovely on the rocks beverage. There's gonna be a dash of peach in there.
Peach is great.
Yeah. Or he'll be outside taking a smoke break. I'm like, what are you smoking? He's like, it's straight up peach.
Yeah.
You know? So he's all about some peach. Are you trying those two together, Ty?
Are we going?
I am. Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah,
That's fucking delicious.
What you getting there, bud?
So, the blueberry and basil work really well together. And then you get the basil and the brie, and then the blueberry and the peach and brie. Like, it works really well. Like, it works as a cohesive meal.
Yeah. Like a little team
Yeah.
of flavonoids. Just
It's like puzzle
fucking
pieces.
banded
It's
It's like a
together.
farewell to summer and a hello fall.
Oh.
Ooh, that
Right?
is so succinct.
It's a very
It
good
astounds
transition.
me how every episode someone in the group is succinct.
Yeah, this is true. We're trying to get better at that. That's why our episodes are fucking 3 hours long. We don't know how to say things shortly.
Well, speaking of
Ish.
not short,
Actually,
ish.
I got something, Ty. You know what we forgot to do for a very long time?
All right, we gotta figure out where in the scale you fall in.
Two.
For the two almost, but tooth. So for the longest time, we have neglected to ask our guests a very important question. Ty, what is that question?
Well, there's two. First off, how'd you lose your first tooth?
Ooh. Oh, can I skip to the good tooth story of mine?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, I'm
that's
sure
fair.
I lost it. I don't know. I lost them all by second grade. I have a second grader right now. He has not lost all of his teeth, but I, on the other hand, had.
All right, let's hear the good
And then I
story.
lost them again. So I went rollerblading. With my sister said, it'll be so fun. She said, do it. Let the dog pull you on the rollerblades while the babysitter's here and your mom's shopping and your dad's on the golf course and this is 1994 and we don't have cell phones. Do it. And I go face planting into the pavement and I lose my two front teeth. Nerves are bleeding. I currently have a bridge in my mouth right now. We're awaiting some implants when my financial stability allows that to happen.
Donate to our Patreon.
So for the rest of my life past second grade, my tooth loss has been
Strong.
a cornerstone of me. Yeah,
Was it a cuppy cornerstone?
it was Cubby Cornerstone.
It was.
And I cannot eat candy corn with my front teeth.
That makes sense.
I cannot bite into a candy apple. I can't bite into anything, really.
Unless you want to fuck with someone.
Yeah. So I lost all my teeth and then lost them again. So that's my tooth story.
All
It's a
right.
good tooth story.
That's a
So
very good one.
very good tooth story.
I fall pretty. I don't know when my first one was, though. Long story short, don't know the answer to the original
Here's a
question.
good one. Okay.
Yeah.
When did you lose your first?
So I lost my first tooth when I was in karate.
Oh, we were talking about places, not
well-
ages.
Well, no, this
Is the early age of karate is really where a boy grows into being a man.
yes.
Right, yeah. Well,
So-
I have a little man now because he
You have a
did
little
some
man.
karate and he was pretty good at it.
I was also pretty good at it.
It
but
just got expensive.
My friend and I were practicing what's called
You got to save
kata.
that money for teeth.
Yes.
It goes to the teeth fund. Sorry, buddy.
The teeth fund.
Mama needs teeth.
You can do stuff later on your own. Like,
needs
why don't you get a job, you leech? But yeah, so my friend and I are trying to learn this kata, and so we're both looking at other people while we're doing it, and so it gets to the point where he's punching and I'm supposed to block, but I wasn't quick enough because I'm sitting there watching someone else, and I get punched in the mouth, and I lost my front tooth that way.
And that's how we became friends.
Yeah.
So was it an assault or a failure of yours?
It was technically a failure of defense.
It's okay.
You're
Gotta guard
not-
the teeth. They let you hit in the face without a mouth guard?
Well, technically we're supposed to be hit in the face.
Wait. Failure of defense on your end?
Yeah, I have failed to defend.
You blamed it on the defense. So if someone breaks into your house and you're standing at the front door and your wife's like, did you just let the robbers in? You're like, no. it was a failure of defense. Like, it wasn't me. The robbers came in because of the defense.
Well, because what you're saying is, hey, they were able to break into your house and you were not able to defend it. Whether you want to make that a whole like, oh, hey, he was blocking the place where I hide my swords.
Had his hands up in both senses.
Have you not practiced your 8-point blocking system in your mid-30s, Ty? Shame. Tisk squared.
Wait, so your very first tooth came out just getting knocked out?
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, that's pretty bad.
That's a little traumatic, no?
No.
Did the tooth fairy...
I got compensated. There was a lot of insurance money involved.
There's good. That's good. She always comes through.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, if you go back and listen to the pilot episode, I think you'll hear more in depth. But I fell out of a tree.
Jeez.
I tried to climb a tree with duct tape.
I wish I would have done my rollerblading thing on my first set and not my adult set. You know, that would have...
Get it out of
I
the
could have
way.
joined y'all.
Oh, that was okay.
Oh, yeah, that was my...
That was second round.
Yeah, that was...
Okay.
That was the money teeth. That was the ones that
So
you can't replace.
she's like...
The irreplaceables.
If we have neurotypical and neurodivergent, Baily's doing like a little sway dance right in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, going
right?
back and
just
forth.
kind of just hanging
Can't
out
make up her
in there.
mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's perfectly great.
Sounds
Yeah.
about right.
We wouldn't have it any other way.
Now, the other question we got to ask,
Okay.
if we were to take a triangular graph of hot, naughty, and courteous, which is from our Rocco's Modern Life episode, where would you fall in line? What area of that triangle
In
would you
what?
be? In a triangle of
In lying? Where would I fall in the triangle?
Yes.
I heard in lion.
I did too.
In lion?
The lion is
So
either hot, naughty, or courteous.
Which
one
lion
is
are
it?
you?
What does hot mean? Like hot-headed
So-
or hot? Like sexy hot?
Okay, so
So some context is probably helpful.
yes.
Yeah.
So in this episode, Rocco has lost his job.
Okay.
And he ends up taking a phone operating job, which ends up being a sex line operating job. So it says, be
That
hot.
was on Nickelodeon?
Yes.
Wow.
It said, be hot, be naughty, be courteous.
I'm going to go with naughty.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm courteous.
Okay.
I'm a courteous bitch.
I think most of our guests are naughty or courteous.
Yeah.
So I think naughty can be not overly
Non-decanted.
done. Yeah, naughty can just be kind of playfully.
It felt really good to say.
playfully bad.
Non-decanted.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but yeah.
I don't
mean,
either, but
I don't
it
think it's.
sounded
I don't
nice.
think it's a real. It's not a real word. Oh no.
It's not a real world.
Oh no.
Oh, Sean, yes. You're
Oh,
welcome,
The
bitch.
Bluebins
Jeez.
and the Basils have,
Are we? We're almost all ready for a refill, guys.
That's right. That's right. Well, Ty,
Mm-hmm.
you
Ooh, that
and
was a
Baily.
really big
that was a
sip.
good sip. You and Baily have chosen some good episodes today.
That we have. So we are covering Clarissa Explains It All, Editor-in-Chief. That's Season 5, Episode 2.
It was actually season 5, episode 3.
Oh shit.
But I hope you watched Editor and did it? Was it not on mine? It was.
All right, it is 3.
I said, you know,
I looked at
I'm
my
going
computer
with,
wrong.
I'm going with the title.
He pronounces things wrong. 2, 3.
No, I mean, I went. He wrote out editor in chief when he gave me the and I figured the 2 and the 3 were most likely the typo and not him just regurgitating false words that happened to be the next episode. So I put
Well,
2 and
thank you
2
for the
together.
credit.
I put 2 and 2 together and I said, oh, he meant 3.
I'm gonna get in there and edit some of your notes just to see what happens.
Oh, no.
See how Ron Burgundy you are.
Oh, no.
So it is episode 5.
3.
I bet Clarissa, if she grew up, she would move to Asheville
She probably
Probably.
would.
because
I
she's
would.
an Asheville chick.
Yeah.
And also that's why I related to
Yeah.
her too.
I want
I
to go
agree.
back to Sean. Voted most likely. Did you guys get that in high school or any?
Like
any
a
of your-
superlative?
No,
Yeah,
it
I was
just
like most
got-
likely to something.
Yeah. No, mine was in middle school.
There was no optimism there. It was just,
No optimism.
she flirts a lot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
back to having all the guy friends. I was just friends with all the guys. So
Yeah.
the other girls took it as flirting.
So they voted you most likely to flirt.
I mean, I'm sure it could have been manipulated in that way. It was just class flirt.
Oh, class flirt. Okay.
It could have been worse. My nickname in middle school was Squirrel, and they voted me most likely to store my nuts for the winter.
I love that.
No, like
So come spring.
it was on a goddamn piece of parchment with
they gave you
like
an award.
it was like holographic on there. Here you go, squirrel. I'm like, well, my name is not Squirrel. It's actually, and then they didn't know my name. I don't think they ever knew my name. Maybe.
That's hilarious.
I listened to you guys' back to school podcast. It was great.
Oh yeah.
So I know a little bit about you guys in high school.
That was that was like a little tip of the iceberg, right?
Yeah, that was just
Just the nip of the
our experience
iceberg.
was so vast and varied. Like I was in theater, and so we had a guy who was just phenomenal in acting and personality, and he's now like doing Broadway, and he got voted most likely to star in a documentary, and then I got voted most likely to film that documentary. So yeah, Brandon Curry, you are crushing it. I'm still willing to film that documentary of you.
There we go.
Or at least record a podcast.
Or
with
let's
him.
record a podcast.
Yeah.
I like it.
Come on, Brandon.
yeah.
And
Get
boys,
on in here.
boys, I'm
And
here to
boys.
flirt.
And yes. We have a dynamic.
I mean,
that we
we're just
didn't
living up
realize
to
we
our
have
fullest
filled.
potential that our
This is the
classmates saw.
fullest. Yes.
Yes.
We didn't know this until now, but friends, we had to lean into our high school superlatives.
I know my mom's proud.
I'm not sure where I help in this scenario, but I will follow you both.
Hey, I might need some of those nuts for a cocktail next.
I'm not sure how that works, but I believe in you, and I'll do what I can.
Aww.
I will with my stored winter nuts.
Saying, ladies,
Yeah.
come
Yes.
spring, squirrel.
Ladies, come spring.
Squirrel is coming out from
Guess-
hibernation.
These nuts
Gives
are
a
in
whole
bloom.
new definition of no nut
You
November.
tired of these? Yeah, fuck those autumn nuts. It's time for spring nuts, baby.
You're running out of things to eat, vegan. If you don't have
It's the first time I've ever heard that in a derogatory way.
You vegan.
No, it wasn't you or the or a. It was just straight up vegan.
I mean, store the nuts up.
Store those nuts up,
See,
omnivore.
that was maybe their way of saying he's going to be a vegan one day.
That was it. Yeah.
Damn, that's amazing.
Yeah. Well, you know what else is amazing?
Clarissa
Clarissa,
explains
all
it
of it.
All of it.
All of the things that she explains,
Get explained.
and they're amazing.
Yes.
Yes.
We got some fun facts too.
Yeah.
So first off, this show is created by Mitchell Craigman, and how Clarissa got the job during an interview, he had asked her, like, "Do you like New Kids in the Block?" And she goes, "No, fuck that group." Like, did not like that group, and he goes, "Oh, I like her already." Because he was just trying to like shoot the shit, and then she was like, "No, fuck that shit. I want real music." And he was like, "All right, yeah, you got the job done."
Yeah. No Donnie for me.
No,
That
Donnie.
was Melissa Joan Hart saying that
Yeah.
out of her truest.
She
her,
told a Nickelodeon
she
executive,
is cool.
"Fuck that group."
Yeah, and that's Orlando, where it was boy band central. I mean,
Yes.
that's the heart and soul of.
Is that where
Boy band.
98 Degrees came from?
That's where they all came from.
Well,
NSYNC,
no, specifically
Backstreet,
98 Degrees, because they were probably like, all right, we need to come up with a band name. And then
It's really
Chad
hot
was
outside.
like,
It's 98 degrees in here.
that's it. We did it.
That must have been like late fall in Orlando because
Late fall.
Yeah, they get super hot
it's
there.
105 in the summer.
Oh, yeah. It was winter time. Winter in Orlando. 98 degrees.
While Sean was storing his nuts, 98 degrees.
That's,
made
yeah,
their
that's it. That is the
debut.
ideal temperature to store one's nuts.
Well, speaking of nuts, just kidding. That was terrible.
He wants-
That was terrible. I was like,
You're
speaking
looking
of
for a
hot,
segue. I
speaking
see
of
it.
hot, this writing crew, this show had some pretty hot writers, and hot. I mean, like they went and did some cool shit. So, like one of the writers they had on staff was Suzanne Collins, which you will remember wrote The Hunger Games. That's right.
I saw that credit when I was watching this episode, and I was like, wait.
What?
That's
And then
pretty
I was like,
cool.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to do some research. And then I was like,
I
wait,
mean, those
no,
are two
Ty
hot
already,
shows
Ty already
for
did some
for
research.
the kids.
Yeah.
She knows how to get the kids' attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like she is in her age now, and I'm not gonna like shame her age. She's aging gloriously. But she was right on the show like in her early 30s. Yeah. Not only that, we also had Alexa Junge, who also would go on to produce Friends.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a show about friends.
It is a show about friends.
That's awesome. And that was a writer?
Yeah, she
On the
was a
show?
writer.
Wow, okay.
She was a staff writer, and then she would go on to write and produce on Friends.
That's the thing. Like Nickelodeon just has these powerhouse people who
They can find talent.
they knew how to work together. And then, I mean, when you walk away from Nickelodeon, it's like, what's next for me? And then, you know, the rest is history. It's like, y'all are still just fucking awesome.
But can we talk about how Disney kids turned out to be pretty trauma-ridden, toxic, hot messes?
Disney kids
and
turned out to be
Nickelodeon
trauma.
kids kind of didn't. They were. I feel like they were maybe treated a little better or something. I don't know. That's for another day.
But
right.
I mean, I see what you're trying to say, but I'm also like, I mean, for
like,
every Lindsay Lohan, you have Amanda Bynes. Or, I mean, just look, I don't know if you actually saw the book.
I get it, yeah. So Amanda was a Nickelodeon girl? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you also...
All right, totally take back what I just said.
Okay.
Because of her. She's...
That's
the ultimate
Specifically.
toxic, traumatic-ridden hot mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, children acting is a tough business.
It's a lot. We see actors on what we do for a living.
It's Arrested Development. I mean, I think just to briefly talk about it, I don't think Ty wants to, but it's like if you become famous as a child,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the show Arrested Development. That is Arrested Development,
Okay.
and that your development as a youth is
Yes.
hindered, and you become you grow up into something that you would have otherwise done naturally. But in this sense, it's like I think you're going to run into some issues if you become famous as a 5-year-old, as a 10-year-old.
They kind of create you instead of you create yourself.
You lose that nurturing element. As a child, you lose that experience too, right?
Yeah.
I think that we got to have as viewers of these shows.
Yeah, I think it was really important whenever the cast would do something like, hey, we're going to give you a graduation. Like, hey, we're going to do this to kind of give you some semblance of a normal childhood.
Right. They
Because
did
at
that with
point,
They did that with her, right?
They did.
With Clarissa.
Yeah, they gave her a graduation. Like the cast and crew came in and gave her valedictorian, and they gave her most likely to have her own series. Like it was just very much.
That's very cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
So,
Yeah.
True to her nature.
nature.
That's Clarissa.
Speaking of, Mitchell Craigman made Clarissa a fan of video games, and so in almost every episode she's playing, you can see her playing a video game.
Except for the one we're going to talk about today.
Exactly.
Yes, except for this one. But he intentionally did that as video games were considered a hobby only for boys, and he wanted to show girls playing them as well.
Love that.
So I feel like this show was very intentional.
it normalized so many normal things
Yeah.
that you didn't see on TV before.
And I think that was
as
very
a
intentional,
girl,
and I can
yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah. For sure.
So
That was important too. To kind of the cool girl does the guy things instead of like, oh, it's a tomboy.
What was that like as a kid? Like, did that help shape some of the things you were interested in?
100%. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Probably because of Clarissa in this episode. I was the newspaper nerd. I was on the staff, and I related to her so much on this episode when I rewatched it, and I feel like I probably did it as a child as well.
Yeah.
I don't distinctly remember this episode as a child, but I know I watched it because I was a Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Absolute.
And if you were like, hey, I want to be a writer, and you're like, I love this show, how do I remember this? No, there's something going on.
Yeah. And she just had so many things she talked. Now I get what she's talking about, but back then I probably didn't. She like brings up like Rupert Murdoch and stuff like that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I'm like, what? I love it.
So this came out in 1991, so just before the animation came out, if I'm not mistaken. And so like before that, you had like Double Dare and all these other game shows, and then you had Hey Dude was their only sitcom, and then Clarissa Explains It All got picked up.
What was cool about the laugh track in this, the volume was turned way down compared to what you hear now or in any laugh track that you've experienced. There was something less obtrusive? Forced, yeah. I remember listening to it. I was like, I know there's a laugh track there, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it's not bothering you. It's not distracting.
Yeah. And they never laughed when, like I watched this episode, and when Clarissa breaks the fourth wall and tells a joke, there was no laugh. It was either music or it faded out. And there was something nice about it. Like, it wasn't, even though she was being funny, like, I got
It was
to
like
laugh
she
on my
was
own
just
terms.
talking to us and not the audience.
Exactly.
She was just talking to the
There was
viewer.
no laugh track during that, at least for this episode. I don't know if we can talk in entirety, but.
Well, we'll have to watch it. I mean, I want to rewatch this series. It was fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah, you
Oh,
watched
yeah.
it a lot as a kid too, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
This is where I learned of tofu.
This is how I learned of coding. Like the pilot.
Do you see how
she
vast
recodes
these?
a
Look how much
computer.
we've learned. Like,
It's like
coding tofu.
And that used to be like robot
Thai-fu?
noise. And now it's like, oh, that's an everyday thing now. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She quotes Gloria Steinem. I didn't know who she was. Now I'm
I mean, she made a reference
goddess.
to Hillary Clinton.
right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's very much, like, it was very much offering something that wasn't around at the time.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Fresh and cool.
Yes. So, the show was actually canceled because executives thought Clarissa, being 17, would be too old for Nickelodeon viewers. And there was originally a college spin-off series that was pitched in time or filmed for CBS, but it was never picked up. So instead, she ended up doing Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which is seen as the quote-unquote sequel of Clarissa Explains It All.
Interesting.
I think I watched Sabrina because of Clarissa for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, I mean-
Same.
But CBS, what are you doing, guys? Big regret.
Yeah, big
Gotta
regret.
be a big regret.
Well, fun fact: CBS is also not sponsoring us, so they have multiple regrets.
Yes. And whatever they're doing to my Roku channel where I can't get the live feed,
CBS, we know you're listening.
That should be
Fix Bailey's Roku.
because I'm about to go on a tweet frenzy about it.
She's gonna tweet about it, and when she does that, she's gonna have 140 characters to say.
Clarissa would
Or
have so
280,
many
where-
Twitter followers.
Oh, my goodness. Yes.
Oh, it would have been a whole different show. I mean, like, dude, it was so cool watching these little stingers in between. And I think, like, if it was modern, it would have just been like a tweet or something. But it was cool,
yeah.
like, seeing like a graphic stinger. But like nowadays, yeah, like modern times of Clarissa,
Yeah, it would still be pretty cool.
it'd be cool.
I think.
It'd just be like with social media all over it.
Yeah,
I'd be down.
and like
Yeah.
peppered with politics.
Yeah.
Because everything that's remade is.
Easter eggs galore.
Well, we ready to jump into the show?
I think so.
Let's go.
All right. So we cut up to Clarissa, and she's cutting up some cereal box tops. Did you guys ever do that?
Yes.
Did you get any cool stuff from it?
No.
I want to hope that I contributed to my school's funding in some weird way. We just turned them in.
Yeah, I just remember turning them in.
Much like
I
the
don't remember
tabs,
getting
the
anything.
canned tabs we're going to turn in for, right? The
Yeah.
Ronald McDonald House?
Yeah.
Everybody
Absolutely.
turn your canned tabs in.
For the Ronald McDonald House. Absolutely.
It's the new box top.
It is the new box top, actually. Or, I mean, can tabs have been around forever, too. But
Yeah.
but boxed, man, I
was
don't
trying
know.
to plug. I was
What
trying to
did-
give a plug.
Did we get... No. I like a good... Ty likes a good plug. I won't tell you where.
But box top,
But
box tops.
what did... what did you...
Bailey, keep drinking.
yeah. What did you win when you... Or not win, but what did you get
What
from...
did a guy like you do box tops for?
I did it because my mom's like, "Hey, send this to your school."
See, yeah.
And then nothing came of it.
And then you just think maybe like the recorder you got was maybe a box top.
I didn't even get a recorder. My school.
My parents gave me
Y'all talking about, like, the recorder?
gave my
yeah, the
child
little flute thing.
Oh.
my
Yeah.
recorder for Christmas a couple years ago. And they just said, "Tell your mom you're welcome." When you and it went
There's a lot to unpack there.
it went right back
You wanna unpack
into
that?
yesterday land.
Have you forgiven your parents?
I have for that, but I have not forgiven them for not putting me in music lessons as a child. We were an academic, athletic driven family, and I feel like I was very fine arts driven, creative. That was not
Conducive
given that level of
attention.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was an average athlete and I was an average student. But I think I might have been great
I think everyone can excel at something.
at a fine art.
The recorder. You could have been the best
You
recordist.
could have been the world's best kazoo artist.
Could you guys imagine my obnoxious ass with a recorder?
Is there
Like-
anyone
like-
who's not an obnoxious ass with a recorder? Could you imagine a choir of like a 3-part harmony
Why
with
do
recorders.
they do that? Yeah. Anyway, that's a 90s thing. Do they still do the recorder?
I
mean, I got Teddy
just have to.
Recorder, and I hated it.
Yeah.
Why did you do that
did that
to
to
yourself?
Well, I mean, he didn't know what he was doing. So, in all honesty, he never really plays it. He just throws it. And I'm like,
yeah.
okay, this kid.
Yeah.
This bitch.
So
Wow.
he... Hold on.
Sean, do you want to unpack that?
Do I want to unpack your trauma? Yes, I do. You gifted him a recorder.
I get, well, okay, to be
It's
fair,
the
it was my
starter.
wife.
It's the musician
Yeah,
starter
it is.
set.
So I mean, he
For
got
whatever
like,
reason.
he got like a little
It makes
trumpet,
sense. It
a
makes
little
sense.
drum set, a little recorder, and a really bad harmonica.
Oh.
Okay.
That was very much like a music set.
And a
Yeah.
recorder was part of it.
Yes.
You
And
gotta
that
let
was-
the kids.
You got to let them
Express.
choose. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got to find their own path. But did he take that recorder that you gave him and like spear you with? I picture him.
It wasn't a spear throw; it was an axe throw. So it's like spinning. Like he just chucks it.
That's worse because then both ends can hit you multiple times.
Well, there's worse things that could happen with the recorder. We could.
Oh.
It could plug you somewhere you don't want to be plugged.
Oh, but you like plugs.
I
We established.
a reference to
Full
your joke.
circle.
That's a
Moment.
callback. Wonderful. And I think it's a good time to call back to Clarissa.
Yes.
She did not explain this, and
So-
we
She
will
didn't
stop,
explain this, but we will.
So I mean, she kind of explains the cereal box top savings, but then she goes into the philosophy of wanting. Like this show, holy shit. So not only do they break it down, so it's like wanting something you know you'll never get.
4 wants, right?
Yes, wanting something you think you want until you actually get it. Wanting something you'll never realize you wanted. And wanting something you've always wanted and can actually get it.
Yeah.
Like,
That's deep.
It really is.
If you really unpack that and just took it, that's deep.
yeah, it had nuggets.
Yeah.
Well, I think
the beignets were good though.
Yes.
that she'd had, because like the one that was like what you didn't know you wanted but you got was like a French cuisine meal
Yeah,
from her
escargot.
weirdo dad. Yeah.
the one you wanted but you know you will never get was the car.
Yes.
Yes.
And I've been watching so much like just dark comedy nowadays that when that little girl stood, they're at a car auction, right? And they're like, and the winner of the car is ticket number blah 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 blah, and like a little girl stands up in front of her.
Yeah.
I was like, punch her in the face. Fucking do it.
It's like she can't even drive. What is
Yeah.
she even doing
Yeah.
there? Like it was like, hey, we need some extras. Can you guys bring your kids to work today?
Yeah, exactly.
But who was the famous extra in that episode?
Oh, we'll get there.
Okay.
We will
Oh,
get
we're
there.
gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
All right.
I did not lose that opportunity.
Okay.
Does someone smell pizza?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh
Yes.
my goodness. So we go ahead and we cut to the theme song. The theme song was written by Rachel Sweet, and this song, like it still resonates with me. Like she's like na 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 na.
The best part about
Did
the
she
song,
give like a Nike ode? Like, just do it.
yeah, at the way end.
Yeah.
At the way end, because the whole time I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this song. This is a bop. Like I'm vibing
Yeah.
out to it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, it's just a lip sync, whatever. And then the way end, just do it. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck
It's
was
like
that?
it's like just rollerblade with your dog pulling you.
just rollerblade, the dog pulling you. Yeah.
I'm just vibing. Na 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 na.
Watch out, dog. Yeah. Like,
Hey, cool.
cool kids. Yeah.
No, that's a great. Yeah, and like the backward. Like who didn't try to reenact that in the shower?
Yeah.
We all did it,
Oh,
right?
all the time.
Like your backward
And
name.
then always
would
feel
be,
like you're getting interrupted by
Yeah.
your annoying brother, by your
yeah,
parents.
Ferg face.
Yeah, every time Ty was in the shower, I would always just type all the words backwards on the steam. Every time I was in the shower,
I would do the same to him. And then
Yeah.
I put cold water in his bath. And
yeah, and then I would be like, well,
Oh,
joke's
yeah.
on you, bitch,
Here's
because
a
I got myself a
raccoon.
little cuppy corn.
And then I got
Oh.
really jealous and sad.
Yeah, and then I would share it with him. And then if we didn't finish it, we'd freeze it.
Yeah.
And it was saved for later. And so Clarissa,
Yes. We cut to Clarissa walking in. She hasn't walked in yet. No, it's her dad reading what I feel like it's like a Sky Mall magazine.
Yes.
yeah.
He is sitting there going through some of the
It's a
most
Sky Mall. It has
useless-
to be.
It has to be.
It was that, or like, remember you had to go door to door and you'd sell like a whole fucking
Yes.
pamphlet of
magazines.
things.
Yeah.
And they'd have to turn each page and be like,
Door to door was the old blitz your Facebook friends and ask them to help your main line.
Oh my God, you're so right. I hate it.
Hey, I haven't talked to you since 12th grade.
I don't want your bullshit.
Knock, knock, knock. Do you like
bar.
toffee? I hope you like peanut brittle because I live across the street from you.
Is it free? No, then buy.
Then buy.
Then buy an ad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So the dad
he's
trying to buy some shit.
He's trying to buy an espresso machine that plugs into your car.
Which is now probably a thing.
It has to be.
It's probably like Tesla does that probably.
Fine, but you're sitting there driving with a hot liquid. That just seems like it's a very poor...
We do that every day,
It would
Ty.
be encased. It would be protected by a shock system.
One would hope.
Yeah. Clarissa will explain it.
Ty's an iced coffee drinker, apparently, because I drive with a hot liquid every morning that I go to a set.
I don't drink coffee.
Ty's the only other person I know who doesn't drink coffee. I don't drink it either.
Fully trust people like you, but I also like you've got to be doing something to get yourself going in the morning. What gets you up and going? Just you? Just your jolly spirit?
Rage. I get on Facebook and I see some of the dumbest bullshit I've ever seen. It makes me so mad. I wake up.
Oh, madness.
Please tell me this is
anger driven.
Wait,
I like a TikTok
it's
laugh.
a bit? You're doing a bit, right?
No, that's just...
Oh, this is real?
Like, if I need to wake up, like, I'll start scrolling on Facebook. I'm like, why the fuck would they even say that? Like, it's just like...
That's how you wake up every day?
Not every day. Just when I
Sweet
need to, like,
man.
wake up. Because
the haters on Facebook.
Coffee is way better
That's why I
for
don't
you
sleep
than
at
that.
night.
I work at home, so I don't have
drinking
to.
at night.
I don't have to like wake up super early all the time. So if it's just like, oh hey, you're gonna work on set in this film. Okay, cool. I have a designated amount of time that I'm gonna be waking up early. Okay, I can work with that. But like it's not often I have to wake up that early.
When
I'm just worried that
I'm
sometimes
sorry,
you wake
but
up and you look at Facebook.
How often does Jenny wake up early with Teddy though? Because you might need to check that.
So usually I'm the one that gets up.
Oh, okay. So he just sleeps good. Or is early to you? So I bet late to him is early to me. And you.
Here's what happens. Teddy will wake up around like 2:00 in the fucking morning, and then he'll climb in our bed, and then he's like tossing and turning and kicking, and when I can't like sleep. So at that point, yes, I'm like, all right, I'm struggling, and
I can see it. Your body language right now.
Yeah, but I'm closed off. My arms are folded. I'm just thinking about that. My kid wanting to snuggle me, but not letting me sleep. And then I just breathe in and breathe out.
And you refresh your Facebook feed.
And I have some whiskey.
In the morning?
Find some more haters.
I'm like, hold on. These things are still worse than coffee.
I think he's following the right people, but the wrong right people.
No, I don't drink whiskey in the morning unless I'm doing like a chai toddy.
Unpack that. I know I want to get back to the episode, but I need to make sure.
This is why we should have hung out one day before this.
Yes.
Well, I just need to know that Ty is okay.
So let me go ahead. Let me go ahead. No, I don't drink in the morning. I was kidding. That was a bit. As far as waking up angry, that's kind of a bit. I think I've done it like twice. And it was just kind of a way I was like, oh, why? You're awake and you don't have coffee? I was like, oh, it's because I'm angry.
Oh. You just embrace the angry.
Because usually I don't have to wake up. Usually it's just very much, okay, let me rephrase that. Yes, I do have to wake up, but I don't have to wake up
I was going to go there too.
So it's very much like I just wake up. I'm like, okay, I'm up. I'll give myself 30 minutes. Maybe I'll put on some music and then just kind of slowly wake up. Like the people that just, the alarm hits and they're up and they're ready to go, I don't trust them. I need time. And usually I allow myself that time.
Those are the people who external forces dictate their wake up time. Like I. Like a producer says, be there at 7:00. I'm waking up at the last possible minute and I'm shitting and getting it. Like my ass is on fire, but I'm gonna get those last 5 minutes. But if I had the day to myself, I'll be like Ty and just like wake up when I want and like you know.
I snort incense to wake up, but that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, so that's not addictive.
But all of the things that Ty has said are very troubling.
Yeah.
So a lot of it was just kidding. So please rest your weary
There's a lot
heart.
of kidding on this, I feel like, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I won't do it, but like, wow, what if I just cut all this out?
You're probably going to have to cut this out.
No, I can't.
Because this is...
If you don't cut it, I will.
He doesn't know how,
I
everybody.
know.
Don't worry. This is staying in there.
He tried to do the thing.
I tried to take his line, yeah.
Oh,
Cut it
what's
out
my-
or I will.
Oh. Well.
Anyway,
So
I'm
TV
ADD
shows.
and I have now spread it to these two.
No, this podcast
This is what
always
happens.
this is what
There's
happens.
so many tangents.
Also, Ty, when's the last time? Do you remember what happened last time we recorded when the fucking sun wasn't in the sky?
Ooh.
I didn't make you tacos, or I did.
You made tacos. I did not get any.
Where
Yeah.
was the sun?
Down.
Down.
It was nighttime.
Down. The Earth had rotated.
Oh, that's what you meant.
The Earth had rotated.
I was
Take a
like,
black
what
sun.
happened?
What happened on that day? Oh, you don't remember? Blackout in every
remember?
possible way.
It's September. It's September.
There he is. He's back. He's
I'm
back.
back.
He's
I'm
back.
It's the 20,
That's how you know.
21st, right?
Yeah.
It's because that's the first day of fall. Faye of Doll.
It's the Faye of Doll. It's the Faye of Doll. So, box tops
To philosophies of wants.
of wants.
To dad wanting to get some like Sky Mall shit that he doesn't need. It's like an inflatable chess set
For the pool.
for the pool that we
They
don't,
don't
have. He goes, I'll think of something I want to buy. And then that's when they find out that Clarissa got the job. She's now the editor-in-chief at her school.
That bitch.
That bitch is going places.
I wanted it. I wanted that job.
She took it from you.
Elise. This girl named Elise did. But
Okay, so we're going to break this down real quick because we have Elise who took your editor-in-chief job. We have some bitch who spoiled Harry Potter to Sean.
Yeah.
What was her name?
I'm not going to say her name on the podcast. We're going to go Susie is her name.
Susie.
Susie.
Susie
We'll say
spoiled Harry Potter for you.
Yeah, her last name was also Susie.
Collins?
It was
Did
Susie Susie.
She like go Baily. I know her.
Yeah. Susie.
I know Baily. That's me.
Because that's who I am.
Susie. Did Susie's mom do that to her? Did she miss a red flag too?
No, Susie's mom was named Susie.
It just runs in the
She's
family.
Susie.
It runs in the
Junior.
Yeah.
Can women be juniors? Or what's the equivalent?
Stop. Women can be whatever they want to be.
Hashtag feminism.
There you go. We hit our beats for the episode.
You know, here's a feminist fun fact
Okay,
though,
tell
real
me a
quick. Just
feminist
here's
fun
my
fact.
rant.
Okay.
Y'all have had yours.
She's right. She is right.
Yes.
My identity changes by my relation to a man. So I'm single, so I'm a miss. Now I'm married to a man, so okay, whatever. Now I'm a Mrs. Well, now I'm divorced from the man, so now I'm a Ms. You guys get to be motherfucking misters the entire time, and your relation to a woman doesn't change your whole identity.
So my wife is the master in relationship, but also I want to go into another
Exactly,
rant.
because
It
I loved your third
blood-
adjective about her. She's completely dominating.
Dominating.
I love that.
Completely-
I'm like, if every guy I've ever dated did not say that about me, then they didn't know me.
Completely dominating. Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and get into this rant because like it boggles my mind that women's clothes don't have pockets. Teddy has pockets in his clothes.
For his
Yeah.
candy corn.
For whose candy corn he has
Yeah.
in a cup. But I gotta
For his
carry all
pocket
my
cups.
wife's stuff because they don't make clothes with pockets for her.
And the ones that they do are like half pockets that end up in the toilet when you pull your pants down to pee.
Oh, that's so sad.
They're just little tiny
little
pockets,
guys.
little
What are you supposed to put in those?
just little catapults for
They're
disaster.
there for decoration. No. Women's clothes need pockets.
Yes.
So whatever
We
they're
need the pockets more than the men need the pockets.
Yeah,
Like-
I've never understood that.
Because a lot of times you guys have a pocket on your shirt too. Like, what do you guys need all the
I hate
pockets
that's
those
for
for?
the
Those
protectors.
That protects the nips.
Yeah.
Well,
No, because that's where you
that's
put your
why
protractor.
we said we'll just stuff our shit in our bra now.
Yeah.
You know?
And then somehow we complain about that too.
Ew, why is it all wet? Because bitch, y'all didn't give me
Because my
pockets.
I don't
titties
have pockets.
sweat.
Yeah.
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 That's why.
That's how bodies work. You didn't think you were going to get
if y'all
this
had
lesson
them,
on,
they'd
on
sweat too.
Whiskeylodeon.
Oh, mine
Yeah.
still sweat.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mine
they
were
should. If
pierced.
you're hot, they should.
And when they were pierced.
Ooh, did you
And
have
unpierced.
nipples?
Yeah.
Nipples?
You did.
Yeah.
That's kind of hot.
Yeah.
It was a dare. It was a
no,
dare.
I
Someone
saw,
said, I bet you will
I
not do
saw
it.
that needle go through my belly button as a
Yeah.
child.
As a
Again,
90s
I'm from
child.
Orlando, where we get our belly button pierced when we're 13 and 14 years old. So yeah, that was when I got it, and the nipple was never, nothing private was ever going to get pierced after I saw my
don't
belly
do
button
it.
get
Don't do it.
mutilated.
Ty
pierced.
calls me like 8 to 9 times a week, and he goes, Sean, I have been thinking about getting my nipples pierced. And I'm like, okay, what's holding back? What's leaning you in towards it? He's like, well, I like pain.
Oh,
I'm like, oh, okay. Do you want to unpack that? And then I'm like, and then
I like
he unpacks
back
it.
scratches.
Yes.
That's my extent of pain. Like if you scratch
Oh,
my,
like
yeah.
a claw.
Yeah.
Me too.
That's why
Me
we're
too.
friends.
Yeah.
But I also love a tickle. Like I need a tickle, and then I need like a.
Okay,
It
so
just depends. It's like I don't know what changes.
I
that.
want to go ahead and make sure I have a clarification. Are you talking about like that light stroke, or are you talking about like you like to be tickled?
No, not like the monster. Not like
Like
tickle
a
monster.
fucking gargoyle? What was that? You just turned into Gollum.
Not like a monster tickling
Not like
me.
the tickle
but-
monster's here. Like that's just creepy and weird.
Yeah,
and
I was like, hold
and like
on.
that's aggressive.
Yeah.
I need like a.
You need the light strokes, the light touch.
I need like
the
just
phantom
like a good.
brushes.
Yeah.
Phantom brushes.
Yeah, it helps my ADD. It calms me. It puts me right to sleep. Always has, always will. I like a full body one though. I need it all over.
Like I give my wife massages just so I can get back scratches in return.
Yeah.
That's a
But
conditional
like,
situation.
but like you'll get that.
It
you'll,
is, but it's very
But it
much-
works out.
Yes.
Okay.
You
That's
can't
good.
expect it right after because she's so relaxed after the tickle.
See,
she
but-
can't do the scratch. It's like you gotta space that out.
Yeah, but it's like I want it
You gotta
first because I'm
schedule.
like if she gives me the back scratch, then I'm great and I can go back into the massage. She's like, no, you gotta do me first, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's what she said.
See, it revs y'all up.
But then-
It relaxes us.
Well,
I feel like maybe.
yes, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's what's happening.
I was leaned so far back, but I was like, I have to say the word yeah for this situation. Must say catchphrase.
I'm just saying. Yeah, but like a good, just completely dominating scratch, yes.
Yeah.
Dominating scratch.
Get it, Jenny.
Sean, have you ever experienced that? Yeah, Jenny. Get
Well,
it.
it's my future band name is Dominating Scratch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
Don't know what kind of music it is. Don't know what we're gonna write.
Scratchy
But
music.
Well,
it's
I
called
thought we were going to
Dominating
celebrate
Scratch.
Thrasher Metal tonight. We're not having Metallica whiskey?
What is that?
Okay, so Sean. Okay,
This is new.
so
I've been drinking my side piece
I
this whole time.
had assumed that Sean was not going to be drinking today because he told me he wasn't.
I did tell him that.
So
Up until like an hour before recording.
I had bought a.
And he remembered how fun I was when we all drank together.
Yes.
You've never drank with us.
I mean, I was
You
there.
haven't
we
either.
had
You've
beer.
just served me. Oh, yeah, we have all drank
Yeah,
we
together.
all had a
yeah.
rap party.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we at the Whiskey Warehouse.
Yeah.
We all started.
Yeah.
Which is also the Charlotte, Alabama bar. Come out and see us on Saturdays.
I guess. Someone will be there. It
Whiskey
might not
Warehouse
be
have, sponsored us. But yeah, so I told you that I'd gotten this bottle of whiskey called Blackened. And it's
Right.
basically this whiskey that's aged in a blackened brandy barrel. That's the Metallica whiskey. And I didn't know that until I was telling someone else, like, yeah, I just got this whiskey called Blackened. It's pretty tasty. He goes, that's the Metallica whiskey. I was like, wait, what? Yeah. So now that I know
Well,
you're drinking
damn.
again, I'll have to bring some, and then we'll have to hang out again and drink because this has been a lot of
I
fun.
just shouldn't tell people I'm not drinking or I am drinking. I should just keep it. It's hard to do that when you're on a podcast. Ty, God damn it.
You know, you fooled
angel.
me.
Hey, listener. We'd like to thank you for making it this far in the Whiskeylodeon podcast. We'd like to take a brief moment to recognize and thank our great friends and our latest sponsor over at Cuppy Corn Incorporated.
Cuppy corn. Cuppy corn. Cuppy corn. You got me craving and a drooling for a cup of cuppy corn.
Celebrate Canada Day the right way with Cuppy Corn. Cuppy Corn should be made with authentic Canadian maple syrup, a dash of candy corn from your local 5 and dime, and a stick. Any stick. Just freeze it, then eat it. Cuppy corn, Canada's finest delicacy since 1812.
Cuppy corn, you got me craving and a drooling for a cup of cuppy corn. Yum whiskey, yum whiskey, yum whiskey, yum whiskey, yum whiskey, yum whiskey, yum Whiskeylodeon.
Clarissa is now the editor-in-chief, and it seems like everyone now wants a job. We cut to Ferguson coming in, and he's sucking his own teat. He's just sitting there like,
He's
hey,
sucking his own
Chief.
teeth.
Loves to toot the own horn.
Yeah, keeps calling his sister Chief. It's like, hey, I'm going to need to get more space. I'm going to need some lengthier deadlines. I'm going to need the freedom to do what I want because I'm going to take your paper everywhere.
We bitch end on this podcast. He chief ended. He was
He
like,
chief ended.
Chief, hey, I
Yeah.
need XYZ, Chief.
And she hated it, but I would have been all about it.
But he kind of says it sounds condescending when he says it.
Okay.
Like,
How about the dad calling her sport all the time? Did we catch that?
So I think you have to judge from intention. And if you look at the way he says it, or I mean,
It's cute.
It's cute.
But it was a lot.
So you say that,
Yeah.
but a lot of times it's the boys that get called sport. So the fact that she's being called sport.
That's true.
Yeah, I felt like that was just very.
Yeah. It felt genuine to me. I don't know.
Oh, maybe that was my first feminist moment then. My grandfather called me sport. So maybe I'm triggered by that.
Maybe.
My name, Clarissa. I'm sport.
I am sport. I
There
am
can only be one sport.
Yes, sport.
Well,
Holy
apparently
sports.
Ferguson has been writing for the paper already, and he's been doing movie reviews. Film critiques. And he has a banger of an idea. He wants to do an interview with Turner B. Gerhard, the king of catastrophe, carnage, and cleavage.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Did you miss
Do you
that?
think that was an ode to the Ted Turner of the 90s? Who
Maybe
ruled?
it was definitely an ode to
Turner?
the horror old horror movies.
Oh, okay.
It was very much like alien bugs and hot cheerleaders. It was
Oh,
just
yeah.
it was very much the B flick horror genre.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit. Yeah, some of that went well over my head.
Oh wow! Did you not remember him saying the king of catastrophe, carnage, and cleavage?
I missed the cleavage
I missed that part. I just caught on Turner, and I was like, oh, ode to Ted Turner.
Turner, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, so it was very much just making a claim to the whole, like, hey, these horror B flicks.
Yeah. The
He's the king of
cockroach
it.
that ate in New York for breakfast or something, right?
Yeah, that was
And then
that's
the water
actually-
bug that ate LA for lunch.
I think LA does lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're skipping
Yeah.
ahead, but that's
What a Ferg face thing to
oh
say.
my goodness, what a Fergie thing to say.
Fergie.
And then we see Clarissa going through a bunch of submissions. So everyone now wants to be a writer for her paper. Now that she's the editor-in-chief.
She's cool.
She is cool. But that's
Pretty
also one of
cool.
those things where it's like, hey, I'm not in charge of giving you a job. You got to prove that you're actually deserving
Worth
of
a
it.
shit, yeah.
So we get Sam, and he's like, hey, did you get my submission of doing alternative music reviews? And she goes, yeah, I mean, that's a cool idea.
But Ty,
Tell me the idea.
how does Sam enter the premises?
He does his classic climbing on a ladder into the window.
Sometimes I wondered what Sam partaked in at the bottom of the ladder.
What does Sam do at the bottom of the
he
ladder?
just comes in a
Yeah.
little hazy sometimes, is what I'm saying.
I mean, if you had to climb that, you'd kind of be out of breath, maybe. I don't know. I'm out of shape.
I don't know. I think Bailey's got a good point.
Yeah.
And also, I want
In the
like,
remake, he's smoking a lot of weed down
he's
there.
just definitely just.
I
What
don't
does
wanna
Sam
talk to the
do at the
parents.
bottom of the ladder?
Yeah.
Folks, let us know what you think. What is Sam doing?
Yeah, in the comments, tell us, what do you think Sam's doing
What
at the
the fuck is he
bottom
doing?
of the ladder?
Is he
Yeah.
at the bottom? Or does it come from a tree house?
I mean,
Does it come from
It's supposed to be the bottom.
the bottom?
the
'Cause
ladder's
it's-
not always there, so
sound
it
effects-
definitely
yeah.
hits.
Here's some
The
fun
sill.
facts.
And
You
she's
got some
just
fun
like,
facts
hey,
about
Sam.
this ladder?
The ladder's only 3 prongs long.
Of course.
So he has to like get super down
it's the
low.
first floor?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He's laddering to. He's definitely high.
Yeah. Well, in the show, she's in the second story, and he's climbing to the second story.
Okay.
But yes,
No, of course. Yeah, I mean, you can tell like he has to crouch down and
But she's just very trusting all the time that it's Sam.
Right.
It could be not Sam and like her abductor.
Right.
I'm just speaking from
experience. What?
a grown-up millennial standpoint.
yeah.
I'm just speaking from what?
Mr. Villain Dickface punches
But you know what I mean?
Sam in the face and climbs up 3 rungs and he's like, "Hey, Clarissa, you're
Yeah, he knows her name
But
and everything.
I can speak true. It's easier to sneak somebody in your house than out of it. For
easier
sure.
to sneak in than out."
Yeah. I had a Sam or two in my
okay.
in my room growing up.
Ty, have you had any Sams or Samanthas?
No. I lived in the 3rd story. No one had big enough ladders for that.
That's tough.
Yeah.
You don't want to throw a ladder on a 3-story. Like,
no.
is anything ever worth that?
No.
No matter how hot it's about to get, is it ever worth 3
it's
stories?
never.
I don't
No.
think so.
Plus, I was Mormon. How hot was it ever going to get?
Well, if you're
So you're
There's like
that's
felt
back
that.
to the thing, the triangle, where he's courteous because
he's courteous, but that's kind of hot.
courteous is hot.
Yes.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch out. Those nips are just getting medium rare through that shirt.
Medium rare, and at least it's not see through. Holy shit! Did you hear about that one? My mom got me a shirt that says, "I hate to be sexy, but I'm a bearded, chubby guy, so I can't help it."
No, I hate
And
being
it was
sexy.
see-through.
I hate being sexy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like this, like sheer fabric. Ugh.
We called it the Schrodinger's shirt.
Yes.
See through, but not. Well,
Ooh, your second round is kicking.
Ooh.
oh yeah, it's punching me right in the face.
It's less blueberry, less maple syrup, heavy on the whiskey.
More whiskey.
I would just say that Whiskeylodeon.
Yeah.
She sang too.
Feeling it.
You're not alone.
So Sam is pitching his alternative music reviews, and it's like a decent idea. But then he's like, no. I want to write these. I feel like I can capture the voice. And then he like wrote something, and it's awful.
It's bad.
It's like super bad. And
She
she
edited
has
it
no
down
idea.
to
Like
one
she's
word.
like she's sitting there like telling us like, look, you realize I can't give you preferential treatment. Like I can't give you like extra time on the deadline. I can't do this. I can't do that. She's trying to give him such a realistic look, and he's just like, "Oh no, this is my calling. My dad's a sports
Exactly.
columnist."
That's total millennial move right there, though. Like,
Yeah.
my dad does this, so I can do it just
So
as
I can
good.
do it too.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see.
We'll see about
Oh,
that.
We saw.
Haven't done
did see- we
anything
did
half
see.
as good as my parents did them, so still working on that,
Whoopsie.
Sam.
Sorry,
But-
Samuel.
So we
Yeah,
cut.
he liked some Smashing Pumpkins though.
And there's no crime in that.
No,
But like
There's crime in
not in the
in-
'90s.
No,
Nowadays,
and- no, fuck.
even now.
Come on now.
That was my joke to alternative '90s music. Because again, I wasn't like Clarissa. I was a boy band fan.
Fair. It was 98 degrees in Smashing Pumpkin Land.
Well, it was nice to
Yeah.
have you, but bye.
I was
bye,
not
bye.
at the
No.
Smashing. I did eventually go to like a Good Charlotte, No
Yo.
Effects,
Oh, that
Good.
doesn't
Newfound
count.
Glory
Oh,
show.
you're talking about-
But that's like boy band alternative.
This
right?
is Warped Tour talk, right?
Yeah,
Had to
I
been,
guess.
right?
Probably.
Ty, you went to Warped Tour, right?
I didn't know. Like, no, my mom was not letting me go to Warped Tour after Woodstock of '99 happened.
Well, the only
I was
reason
going
you
to no
should,
tours of alternative music
the
whatsoever.
only reason you shouldn't go to Warped Tour is because they would take the tops off of bottles. Like, so you'd have to drink your water in one sitting. So you didn't have it to sustain. So people were fucking passing out left and
Yeah,
right.
no.
That's Warped Tour.
Okay, that's why I couldn't go. We'll say that's the reason.
Yeah. That's the reason. That's it. I'm trying to be succinct. I'm trying to do the succinct thing. How was it?
It was good. You crushed it. Like
Pretty good.
You're like, did you go to Warped Tour? And I was like, I don't want to answer because he knows the answer is no. And then you're like, yeah, people are passing out. I was like, that's the reason why I couldn't go, not because I was Mormon and had no opportunity to do so.
I was Southern Baptist. My parents can't listen to this if they knew I went. I'm just kidding.
Oh, man.
Sorry, Dad.
Oh, sorry, Daddy.
Daddy, if you're listening to this, what the fuck are you doing? Get off.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm going to need you to get all the way off my back.
Yeah.
You thought the worst was biggest flirt. Sorry.
Sorry, Daddy.
I'm just like Mama.
I'm sorry, Daddy. I never meant to hurt you.
It's her first day on the job, and it is rough. Like, she is sitting there having to go through her dad's terrible pitches for a logo.
Yeah, what was his job? Why was he so weird?
Well, I mean, I actually don't know what his job was, but he
was like 3D
definitely
logos
weird. Yeah,
and
he
like-
wanted to do a 3D glow-in-the-dark scratch and sniff logo.
Yeah. It was like an ode to the future.
Yeah.
Of all the things we try to combine into one. these days,
It's
I
like,
feel
why?
yeah.
And then we get, like, Ferguson
I want to see you as like a
keep
boss.
it classic, guys.
As
Keep
a
it
boss
classic.
who's just like someone pitches something to you, and it's like
We're just
they
like,
put
nah.
well, they put so much heart into it, and then Ty is like thinking for a split second, and then he just goes, "Why?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
But why?
Oh, but why? But why?"
You got to sell me. You got to make me feel like, hey, there's a reason why you have to do this. If you just picture something, I'm like, well, what's the
I
point?
just didn't get the 3D logo on a newspaper thing.
With a scratch and sniff?
yeah.
Now, hold on. We do cut to... So Ferguson got his interview with Turner B. Gerhard. But like he comes in and immediately Clarissa's like, no. And she goes, I didn't ask for anything. Exactly. So before you do, no. But he's already like, no, I've already set up this interview with TBG. Sam now proves that his article is hot garbage. Like, she's now reading that article, and it's like, look, like, there's only, like, one thing I can really use in that, and that's just one word, is.
It's, yeah.
Like,
Was
other
it
than that-
is? Is that what?
Yeah. It's
My
just,
eyes were bad. I thought it was it, but is.
It or
I'm going to
if.
go with the guy with good eyes, and I'm going to trust is.
yeah, it was not well written. And so she's like, okay, dude,
But her blue crayon was very friendly
it was a very
compared
friendly
to
thing,
like
yeah.
a red marker.
I expected to see red all over. I was like,
Yeah.
well, this is nice.
That's
It's
not.
like
That was a non-90s move. That was a very new age move.
it was blue, so it was like a wave of
yeah,
criticism.
that's how
as
they do it these days for the softer generation.
You're just taking a splash in the critique.
Yeah. The soccer generation gets
Dive
no ink.
into being wrong.
They get blue wax, so we got red fucking ink.
the fucking bloodbath.
Yeah, bloody mess.
So Sam comes in and he's like, did I knock it out of the park or did I knock it out of the park? And she's like, you knocked something.
Yeah.
And so he's like, well, I'm glad you just loved it. She goes, whoa, 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 whoa.
I never said that.
I never said that. And he goes, you didn't love it? She's like, well. And he kind of gets defensive. Like he's sitting there, he poured his heart and soul into trying to go and talk about Smashing Pumpkins. And she's like, but I don't know what this word is. She goes, no, that's the guitar.
Right.
And so like he's mad and he ends up grabbing a paper, turns out not his, and walks out.
Whoopsie.
Whoopsie.
Oh.
So now she's dealing with all this fallout. It's like, oh my goodness, what the fuck? And so now she's trying to figure out how to approach Sam. She's also trying to figure out how she just invented drunk history. Like, she's literally going through, like, hey, I'm now having to suffocate, trying to appease everyone. And she goes back in time and she reenacts herself as someone who's successful. There's a documentary about her that she's suddenly super popular, but then crashes and burns. And that's the rise and fall of Clarissa. And so Clarissa is coming to the point where she can't really figure out how she's going to have time to write her essay, her editorial on teen runaways. And that's like a pretty deep topic to get into.
Yeah.
But she's having to juggle with everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So you got Ferguson, who's now trying to get his own film career going. He's doing his own special effects
In the bathroom.
in the bathroom.
It's hilarious.
Like, I guess George Lucas had to start somewhere. It wasn't in the bathroom. I can promise you that. We cut to Ferguson now is with Turner B. Gerhard. They're acting pretentious. Like, oh, that's bloody brilliant. Oh, thank you. I think that was bloody brilliant. You know, I was just looking through and just everyone's dressed in Angora colettes. Why? And it's like, oh, you saw that? Oh, you get film. And you can kind of see what looks like TBG kind of almost like gassing Ferguson up. Like, just like, hey, oh no, this beautiful script you've given me, this script of the alien bugs who ate New York, I can already think of the sequel. And it's like, I have no qualms about you co-directing. And I should probably clarify that TBG is actually talking in a British accent, but not a really good one, if I should say so myself.
No, just a 90s version.
It's just the 90s version. You're absolutely right.
Can we also talk about how people in film dress like Clarissa and not like Fergface? And TBG did.
Well,
People in film are real cool and wacky and Clarissa-y.
I think so.
But black,
you mean
but
behind
black
the camera?
But black and green only. Yeah. She's so
behind,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Style wise?
He's like, he's over there saying, oh, film, you have to dress up. No. Have you ever seen a film guy dress
Well,
up?
the cool part is that
No,
you should
True.
not dress up.
Filmmakers don't dress up.
No.
they dress in whatever is the most comfortable.
No,
I've seen
film people make... The
I've seen
reason
a
that they
director
still
in a
make cargo
onesie.
pants is because of filmmakers.
Yes,
100%.
100%.
100%.
Like, I've seen directors in onesies. They're like, look, I'm tired. Got out of the bed. Here I am.
Onesies, Carhartt,
Mm-hmm.
jumpers.
We're doing a onesie episode next time.
Oh.
Yes, please.
And by next time, I mean like when we have the time to plan for it.
Yes.
But we have to do a onesie episode.
I'm down for that.
That should probably be our first
That should
episode
be
on film.
I feel like a Halloween episode should be like
The first one we
outside.
film, yes, please.
A Halloween episode.
Outside with like a cup of candy corn.
Oh,
And-
cuppy corn?
With a little cuppy corn.
Oh,
Cuppy corn. The maple. Frozen with
Frozen
maple.
maple. You freeze
then-
the candy corns in there
and then
too.
you do, yeah. And
Yeah, see?
and
Yeah.
You do this that I wanted to do.
Yes, exactly.
I just want to whisper.
Everyone
Okay,
wants,
I got
everyone
my
wants to
fix.
whisper. Yeah, you
Okay.
got to get your fix. You got it. You got it. You got it.
Because I'm in the naughty category.
Welcome to Whiskeylodeon.
Welcome to Whiskeylodeon. So Clarissa pulls Ferguson and is like, do you have no like journalistic integrity? You're writing a puff piece. Like, I can't work with this. I can't fuck with this. And he goes, well, okay, well, you ain't getting nothing then. I want to save this for the authorized biography of Tony Gerhard. And that's when you get in about the whole script. He's written a screenplay and it's like, oh, are you going to be there at my signing? And he's like, oh, I wouldn't miss it for the world. And just some fucking bullshit. It's like, it was gross. Like, pretentiously gross.
Well, that's his character, right? Though
That is his
Yeah,
character.
he's a gross boy.
And that's why you
A
never
GB.
really like him. You're like,
he's a pretentiously gross little boy.
He's
Gross
a
little boy.
pretentious, gross little boy.
You're the little brother. You're gonna play the little brother
But we get past
of
him.
the
We get
primary
way past.
cast.
We get
What
through
do
him.
we call him? What do we call the primary cast? The primaries.
The main. What do we call the primary cast? A main
Right,
cast?
right, main I don't know. I feel like there's a word. I feel like there's a production word. The primary.
Will the primary cast please come to the set?
What film have you ever worked on where that has been announced?
It is not. They always send like VAs like, hey, go get him.
Yeah. Hey,
it's-
bottom of the call sheet. Go tell the top of the call sheet what to do.
It's exactly
okay.
that.
That's not uncomfortable at all, but I'll do it.
And it's through a walkie. It's in your ear, and you hope
They,
that you've heard your name right.
I'm
Yeah.
reporting back. They told me to go fuck myself.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey, I was told, and I quote, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And I,
And they need some more pickles in on their rider.
yeah, they're requesting
Here's your
more
coffee.
pickles
Also,
in
I've
their
been
coffee.
told that you are a giant fuckwad. Not from me.
Also, the toilet paper sucks in the RV.
Okay,
So-
that is my big pet peeve. Whenever and we did
Don't
some
get me
Ecker
shitty
shoot.
toilet
When we
paper.
did the Ecker shoot, like I literally sent someone to go get toilet paper, and they came back with some shitty toilet paper. I was like, no, you will fucking get Northern
that
or
was
Quilted
that
Northern.
was your Tyler.
Yeah, go get your Quilted Northern and fix all this bullshit you just did. I don't care how much it costs. Go get the good one.
I didn't know we had a bad situation like that. Wow.
Yeah, like I'm sorry, I'm not gonna name her because she was amazing and I really enjoyed her. But
Oh, it might have been me.
No, it
guys, it
wasn't
was
you.
me. He really enjoyed me, and I was amazing.
you
so.
didn't go get the toilet
That
paper
was,
though.
That was me.
No, it was someone else. I had said, I'm like, hey, I need you to go get toilet paper, and then they came back with some like really gritty bullshit paper.
Your leadership skills shined that week, by the way.
Aw, thank
Because
you.
I'm used to being the head bitch in charge, and you were definitely the head bitch in charge.
He's
and you were
always the head
definitely a
bitch in
bitch.
charge. You were in charge, and you were
I mean,
a bitch.
I was like, damn.
That
The
bitch is
queen
a
has already
bitch.
arrived, and I am princess at best in this situation.
Must stand down.
But I will be a princess.
Well,
if I have to
speaking
do-
of princess bitches, you ready for this? We get our second pizza delivery guy come in. And it's none other than Wayne motherfucking Brady.
WB.
Sean, you look confused.
I'm wondering if this was like his first cameo.
It was
It
not, but this was beginning that he actually was getting work.
It had to be.
So like he started getting work in like 88 and 90, and then this was in 93, and so it was like this and a few other things. So this was when he started really picking up his work.
Well, he's so talented that I tend to like detach myself from like cameo and automatically starting with like a good role.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I was like, Wayne Brady? Cameo?
Yeah, I don't think the
Motherfucking
Pepe's
Brady.
Pizza roll was what was his make it or break it moment.
No, it was absolutely not. His make it or
That
break
was
it
it.
moment
No,
was
that was
on
it.
the
That
Drew
was it.
Carey show.
No, it was before that. It was pizza. They said,
This
you know
pizza
what?
got him on the Drew Carey show.
This man can improvise.
Yes.
They gave him a pizza and they said, go.
Do your thing. And so he's doing his thing, and she's like, look, I told Pat's Pizza he's got to pay for that. He goes, Pat's Pizza? No, this is Pepe's Pizza.
PP's pizza.
Yeah.
And so, like, by all means, I was star-studded. I was like, oh my goodness, that is Wayne Brady. I was super excited.
Yeah.
But again, Clarissa just takes a whiff. All right, I'm good. You can leave.
No, fuck off.
He's very aroma driven.
Yes. Like, it's like, look, I want pizza, but if I can just get a smell, then I'm good. And that's when she makes her Hillary Clinton. It's like, look,
Yeah.
if Hillary Rodham Clinton can decline.
Yeah, the Rodham in it.
Yes.
Dates it.
Yes. If she can decline all these designer dresses, I can go out without some free pizza.
Yeah.
Return.
She
all of
meant
these.
pantsuits though.
She did mean pantsuits, absolutely, but she did say dress.
Did Hillary ever? She might have worn dresses back then.
No
but,
idea. But yeah,
But in in the remake, it'll be pantsuit.
pantsuits.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But also,
So Sam is sitting there like, hey, so I grabbed the wrong paper. And so Larissa had actually known, was like, hey, look, his article was bad, but he did some comic books, like comic strips that were pretty great.
yeah.
So then Sam comes in and is like, look, I read Leonard's paper. I accidentally grabbed his. And he's a really great writer. He's a huge nerd and a jerk, but he's good. So he saw someone who actually did something great and realized, oh, I'm not at that level.
Right.
But then Clarissa's like, well, that may not have worked, but these cartoons are gold. And he goes, really? And it just really, that's what I love. When you can help someone find their strength. They may not be good at a lot of things.
Yeah.
They may make some weird like throat noises on a podcast. But if you can show someone their strength, they're going to feel so
Well,
validated.
he even says, "Oh, I was just," and I'm kind
I
of,
was just messing around.
I was just
having
messing
fun.
around and having fun, and for a kid to be able to enjoy that and watch that and see that, it's validating, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
wait,
absolutely.
I can mess around and have fun, and still be talented, and maybe that could mean something.
Right.
And like, what if I explore that? And that was watching that today. You know, I was just like,
Yeah.
wow, like
Oh.
that's
Procrastinator.
always.
But still, it was very validating to be like, if you can help someone see where they're strong at, they'll be able to let go of all the other kind of pretentious aspects of, well, I think I'm going to be good at this. Like if they see someone else being talented, like, oh, I can't match that. But you show them what they are great at,
They can be
they can grow.
vulnerable.
I'm so proud of you. Well, now Ferguson's coming in, and he's like, hey, I rewrote the article. It's now not a puppies. And she was like, well, what changed your mind? And he goes, well, I just found out that he's a fucking asshole. Like, he literally took his reel that he made and was like, hey, here's an amateur work and here's mine. This is why I'm so great.
Dick move.
Dick move.
Super dick move.
And so Ferguson's like, you know what? I wrote my little critique. I think he's going straight to video. And Chris is like, all right, I'll fuck with that. And then, like, the paper turns out great. The dad had a really
and
nice
back in the
logo.
cinema days, when cinema was having their heyday, straight to video was a
Death sentence.
was it? Yes. Nowadays, it's like a
Oh, we'll make our
straight to
money.
Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's none of that.
Yeah, we'll make our money. It's fine. But yeah, so the dad ends up making a pretty decent logo that's not crazy, and he's still like, well, I know you like this, but I can do more, sport. and so, like, she crushes it. She did a really good job. Her essay on teen runaways inspired her mom to be like, I could talk to the museum and see if they'll help out. And she crushes it.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's
Clarissa
beautiful.
Wood.
Oh, and I forgot
Clarissa
to
crushes it
mention
all.
the best part. She has the brilliant idea of saying, hey, I'm getting all this free pizza from
Yes.
Pat's, from
Very
Pepe's,
creative.
from some other guy.
Paco or something?
Paco, yeah.
Which was
Paco's
very
Pizza.
much a non-pizza place name.
Yeah. But regardless, they're like, hey, we're going to do a blind taste testing and write our review from that.
All is fair
In love
and pizza.
Bailey, thank you so much for being on this show. This has been so much fun.
So much fun. Thank you guys.
And I'm glad that you learned how to say male vulnerability.
Did I?
Maybe.
Let
Can
me
you
try
it?
it.
Try it.
Male vulnerability.
Oh, shit.
It's way better
Oh my!
than I
It's
could
harder
ever
for
done.
me to say than you guys to do, which is the fucked up part.
Harder to say that. Yeah.
Harder to say.
I don't know. I
do.
feel like I'm.
But listen, we're all looking for it.
Yes.
As a woman who's explaining it all, that's what we're looking for. Ferg faces.
Hell yeah, Ferg faces.
Well, Bailey, we want to make sure that people can find you. Where can they find you on social media?
Bailey J. Jones,
Make sure that Bailey doesn't have an E.
as it does not.
So Bailey J. Jones on Twitter and Instagram.
Thanks, Mom, for all the misspelling. BAILYJJONES. That's it.
And then you guys can find us again on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Whiskeylodeon.
We also have an email. That's neat.
Yeah, whiskeylodeon.podcast@gmail.com. You can write us, let you know what you think of the show, or you can leave a review. At least 2 stars.
I see Ty prepping. I see him prepping right now.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and end up like we always do. Bailey, we're going to go ahead and
You
cheers.
have 2 glasses in front of you,
Cheers.
Ty.
Roll Tide, everybody.
Don't worry, the magic.
I won't ruin it.
So, bottoms up. I did. I wanted that.
Man, you may be a bitch, but you're my blueberry bitch.